and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. This is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off-the-cuff video, guys. For everyone that's new, what does that mean? I basically record and I upload. There is no fancy editing skills. You don't see my intro symbol at the beginning. These weekly Wednesdays are essentially model focused, and it's 99.9% of the time GW stuff. There is terrain questions from time to time that come into it. Sometimes there's information about me and what's going on in and around the workshop. I do have a transition button, so if, for example, it starts heavy raining and you can't hear me, I'll wait for that to pass over, or if there's someone comes into the yard, makes loads of noise, I can wait for them to, or stop filming and tell them to. These weekly Wednesdays, there's also a vote that goes on, and the vote works in the way where you vote on what model or models you would like to see paint next Monday, and whichever has the most votes gets painted. In the event of 3 or 4, I do a D6 roll off. So let's get on with the bits and pieces. Just to remind you guys as well, the commission's still open for Let's Builds, painting and terrain. Let me break them down for you quickly. Let's Builds, if you don't have the time or the space to build a model or a unit or whatever, I can build that for you. Painting, I can paint it basic colours, battle ready, paint it to the stage where you then take over and wash it and dry brush it and all that business. Or I can take it past the point where it's battle ready and nice. I also make custom terrain pieces, so if you're interested in anything like that, chuck a comment below or go to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page and hit me on Messenger from there and we'll discuss. Now, yesterday I was editing the terrain video. It's not, something, it's very simple, very easy. It cost me €3 to buy it in the first place. And I realised that there's boo-boo. Not Monday just gone, the Monday before, when I painted the Sky Rangers, I'd accidentally went to edit and I accidentally deleted the footage of me painting them. I couldn't get it back. It was gone. But at the same time saying it, I actually accidentally deleted the intro for me building that terrain piece. But the basic intro, and I show you what the terrain piece is, show you the actual material I'm working with, and then I start working away on it. I deleted that as well, so I had to refilm that little bit this morning so it could be edited for this afternoon or tomorrow or something like that. So when you do watch it, you're gonna go, hold a second. But these things happen. It was the same time as the Sky Rangers, so I do apologise for that. Now, going back to with the vote, what I'm going to try and do over the next couple of weeks is have more than 2 boxes. What I mean by that is I only have 2 boxes on the table for you to vote from, but every week switch 1 box out and put another box back, so it's all fresh. So it's not the same, because every week from week, as I'm looking at it, there's only 1 or 2 models I did extra, 1 or 2 models here or there. Sometimes only 1 model. Sometimes it isn't any, depending on what's going on. So I thought if I can get 3 or 4 boxes and only have 2 on the table, just keep them rotated around. Just keep things fresh for you guys. Right, so now some question time. I've been watching your channel. I found your channel, I've been watching it. Absolutely fantastic. I started binge watching from a while ago. Started using the wet palette, following the directions that you do to make your wet palette very cheap and easy. But I always end up with too much paint on the palette. How much is too much? I can't even give you a direct answer for that, because I always end up putting too much myself. But what I do, I have a bandy paintbrush. It's bandy as anything. It's gone. But what I do with that, I do 2 scoops from the lid and put it onto the wet palette, and then take this and try and push the paint off of the brush onto the wet palette around where I've put the paint. It's always too much, but if I do 1 scoop, it's not enough. You know, it's the wet palette is a lot easier when you're, even if you have too much paint there, it's a lot easier than having to go back to the pot every 2 seconds, and you're not getting enough that you need, or you get too much, or at least on the wet palette it's there and you can put it down more, you can water it down, you can mix colours easier. You know, just with the wet palette, I couldn't tell you how much is too much, but just I go with 2 scoops with an old brush. Yeah, I might start trying to do 1 scoop, and then if I need more, I can another scoop. But somewhere in that sort of area is probably the best way. But if you've got the paints that have the squeegee, you squeeze and just a little droplet, that's even better. But I've seen some people that have GW paint in those with labels and everything. It's fantastic, but we don't get them here, which is a shame. I mean, it'd be a lot easier if GW just done a range of those, same colours they have now, but you have to mail order them in, and they come in the squeegee bowl. That'd be so much easier, especially if you have to mail order them in. It's just, you know, for them it's no different, because all it is just a different container. Same paint, same amount of paint, same price. I hope that answers your question. Sorry. If you're new here, you'll discover that I waffle on quite a lot. It's my passion for this hobby, and not just for the models, but for the terrain and everything, and the games and everything that we do. It's just up there. There's a lot of my viewers that actually say to me that they found my channel, and I've actually motivated them back into the hobby just because of my sheer passion for it and how much I enjoy it. And you know, the painting that I do, and the Let's Builds and everything that they see, you know, draws them back into it. So right, so Seekers video Monday, masterpiece. 3 out of 3 demon units. What demons are you going to work on next? Now, I have 10 demonettes here. I have 10 bloodletters. The bloodletters I need to either buy 32 mil bases for, or cut 32 mil bases for. The problem with me is if I go to the model shop, say I went there today, and they had a packet of the 32 mil, I'd get them. Just save myself a bit of time. If I have to order them in, you're talking 2, maybe 3 weeks. Whereas I could cut them by then. So at the moment, the only thing that's really set on the vote to be voted on, demonettes. Bloodletters are there, but I need to cut 10 32 mil bases. But the problem is there's 10 here, demonettes, bloodletters, sorry. There's another 10 in the house that I'm glue, you know, bits and pieces of the afternoon. So there's 20. There's 40 pink horrors. So there's 60. I think there's 20 chaos space marines that need a 32 mil base. So there's 80. I think there's 30 plus first more space marines that need 32 mil base. So there's over 100 32 mil bases. You know, so in terms of demon units, the bloodletters are here. I'm going to try and get their bases cut for them. But it could possibly be demonettes painted up next. Now, I don't want anyone to panic and go, oh yeah, but you painted them on the Seekers, and we've seen how you're going to do them. No. The ones on foot, I'm going to paint differently to the mounted ones. So even the blood crushers, the bloodletters on the juggernauts, I'm going to paint the ones on foot are going to paint different to those. I already had their colour scheme picked out, so and that's going to be a experimental for myself with colour wise, but it is going to be an enjoyable experience and an enjoyable watch, I hope. Possibly demonettes, but I have almost 1,000 points of demons painted. Bloodthirster, which I'm having a guess is about 600 points from the lower 8th edition codex. I think it was 640, 650, something that's 620, something in that area. But let's call him 600. Could be slightly cheaper, which, you know, 3 blood crushers, presuming they're about 40 points each. Something's telling me they're 69 or 79 points each, but just say they're 40 points each. 5 Seekers. Again, the same say the unit of the 5 Seekers has the same points cost as the unit of the 3 Blood Crushers, to keep it simple. And they have 3 Nurgling bases done. So 6, 720, 840 Nurglings, say that, say that brings up to 900. So around, I mean, hopefully it'd be less, so then I can actually add more units, but I don't know. It's great. I know the Great Demons are quite expensive points wise, and money wise, but points wise they're definitely expensive. So I don't know. Probably Demonettes. I've lost why the question was now. Okay. Any chance of seeing your Chaos Space Marines versus Alex with the Marines in a battle report? Again, the Chaos Space Marines, to be honest with you, as I say, they're nowhere near 1,000 points. But I've looked up and there's the Hellbrute, there's a Forge Fiend, there's 5 chosen Chaos Space Marines, there's a Warpsmith. That must be close to, that must be about 700-800 points. That's an interesting one. So that means I could pull my thumb out and get a couple of Chaos Space Marines painted up, get my hands on the Codex, and then we could have a game. So there is a chance that it could be, but to be honest, at the moment, I'm just focusing on the demons because I've got a lot here. I want to get them done, and when I say get them done, you guys are voting on what gets painted. With that said, there could be a day where I go, right, I'm going to paint these today and just work away on them. Again, fantastic. A sneaky painting video, so to speak. But the same with the Chaos Space Marines. Because when I started painting those Demonettes for Monday's painting video, the aim was to try and get them finished. I didn't quite get the time to on Sunday, ready for Monday. But I was going to try and get them done and then start doing this Chaos Lord on the sneaky one. But, it just didn't work out like that. And that's part of the problem I have at the moment. Is trying to find equal balance between working full-time, and I enjoy the job. I enjoy the hours, I enjoy the job. It's fantastic. There's no complaints there whatsoever. None at all. Fantastic. With little one, I do try and have an hour in the afternoon over here, just try and do bits and pieces. But for me, when I get in here, the hour just goes like that, just disappears. I might get a handful of things done, but a handful of things done every day mounts up. And then if the wife's working, it's trying to juggle time. The hour here with little one, bath, food, bedtime story, settling her down and make sure her uniform's ready, make sure this is done and that's done. Sometimes it's too much and I do forget a lot of things because it is too much, but it is a hard balance for me at the moment. But there's no fear because everything has to be painted. I should be receiving Imperial Magazine in the next week or two. So then again, but I think the first issues that come through to me are going to be the Cataphragm Destroyers, 2 more of those, 2 more Tomb Blades. So there's 4 issues. So I think one set that I get is going to just be those. So hopefully, because there's another question here. Where is it? No Let's Builds in a while. Have you no pile of shame to work from? I do, and I do have some fantasy stuff down here. But and there's another question here about am I not doing any fantasy stuff anymore? I do, and I want to, and I do enjoy painting fantasy and building fantasy. But at the same time as saying it, 40k at the moment. That's the wife's new toy, Strimmer. 40k at the moment is just the hottest thing going. Especially now the Leagues of Voltan have been released, their models are absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I saw something about some of them being, some tournaments banning players from using, or thinking of banning players. That's craziness. But anyway, I can't talk too much about it because I never did read the article. I just read the headline and I was like, okay, I'll have a look at it later. But yeah, 40k is hot at the moment, and a lot of my viewers are 40k players. I do have some D&D players. I do have some, you know, fantasy players. And for you guys, you know, I do apologise, but you know, 40k is hot at the moment. Now, in a year's time, year and a half's time, when the old world comes back, that's going to be hot. So even when we get to that stage, you'll see fantasy stuff there, or, you know, there is. I do have some fantasy stuff to work on, and I do want to try and incorporate that into the painting videos, and, you know, on voting. But it's just, you know, unfortunately at the moment I'm just swamped down with the vast number of 40k stuff I have, and the fact that 40k is hot. So I'm going to bring you down for the vote, because you can hear she's enjoying her strimmer. I'm going to bring you down for the vote and wrap it up there after the vote. But wait a second. Right, so we have Chaos Lord, yeah, one I just showed you a minute ago. Engine Seer, this was the Skitarii army. The Illuminar, the Necron big guy. Blade Guard, Ancient, Veteran, Ancient or something like that. There is a Judicar, Judicar. There's two captains. One's armed with a shield, that's just absolutely fantastic. There's 3 Eradicators, 3 Blade Guard Veterans, and there's something new that I've added, conversion. Chaos Sorcerer, Michael Zench. The actual lead model is the old lad, what's his name? He's the one that done the spell that turned all the Thousand Suns into dust. But I missing his head, missing other parts, so I just converted him. We have Demonettes. So I'm still working on these guys, trying to put all these guys back together, and there's this big pile here, look. Oh, there's these guys as well. Chaos Cultists, I forgot I have them, but I still have to finish off the rest of the unit. But yeah, that would add to the Chaos Space Marine army to add to the question that I answered earlier. Anyway, let's come along. Right, that's the bloodletters that can't be in the vote because I need to cut the bases from. There's 5 chosen Chaos Space Marines here, and this dude is going to be some sort of hero, but because they come in when 7th edition they come as 6 of them, but there's only 5 in the unit now. We have a Nurgle Chaos Sorcerer. Yeah. Don't worry, you see the base on him, the big white base. Don't worry about it, it looks a little bit skewiff. As soon as that's all painted black, it looks the same. It's perfect. We have 5 Fire Dragons. We have a Slaneshi Chaos Sorcerer. The reason I converted these guys is because I couldn't find the weapon arms. We have Mr. Ra. And we have the wild card. The wild card is, if he gets voted on, then he gets voted on. I think it's only been voted on once in the whole time that I've been doing the voting, and that was a Jabba's wife. I did say then it may not be fantasy every time, but it's, you know, it's something that's secret until it's voted on. So what do you guys think about these little conversions to the Chaos Sorcerers? For there's 3 cheeky additions there. I do have another one I need to convert onto because there's no, I can't find the weapon arm. And it's like, so once I've converted them, the weapon arm probably turn up and I'll be like, oh. Yeah. If you guys have any questions for me, chuck a comment below in this video. Remember to vote, don't forget to vote. Chuck a comment below in this video, any questions. Or you can go to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There's a messenger button there, you can message me directly. I don't go into it every day, but I do put my head in there once or so a week. And I forget to go into it, I forget to post stuff up on it, so, you know, bear with me. But the messenger there, you can message me directly. Now, I forgot to say with the voting, you cast your votes 12 midday on Friday is when the voting stops. Now, I say that, if I actually look at the voting, what's been voted on, and it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that's when it's, you know, so if you do get a chance to look at the video and it's say 12:10, still check our vote on, because chances are I may look at it after that. Well, I'll be at work, so I probably won't get home till 1:30. So this, pretty okay idea, pretty okay. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Please hit like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.